To you, I'm Gio Benitez. We are following breaking news right now. Sources telling ABC News that 2 Minnesota state lawmakers have been shot in what law enforcement officials say was a targeted incident.
Hey guys, welcome to my brother's Ballot. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Now, these past couple days have been crazy, from the military parade to the No Kings protest to now political assassinations. I'm sure you guys have seen the news coverage. Early morning on June 14th, 2 Democratic lawmakers in Minnesota were shot in what officials are now calling a politically motivated assassination attempt. First, Senator John Hoffman and his wife, Yvette, were attacked at their home. Not long after, former House Speaker Melissa Hortman and her husband, Mark, were shot and killed in Brooklyn Park. It all happened within a few hours, and police say the shooter was impersonating a cop. That has to be one of the scariest things known to man. Melissa Hortman and her husband didn't make it, unfortunately. Rest in peace. Senator Hoffman and his wife were both shot multiple times, 9 and 8 shots each, but they both survived after emergency surgery. They are now recovering, but it was clearly meant to be a targeted hit. Now, the suspect is a 57-year-old Vance Luther Boatler. After a huge 2-day manhunt, police caught him in rural Minnesota. He surrendered without a fight. Somehow they're always able to take these people in with no incident. That always cracks me up. But they had drones, helicopters, and over 100 officers out looking for him. The biggest manhunt in the state's history. Also has like a really strange background. He ran a fake security business, claimed he had international defense experience. Not obviously, but he was a Trump supporter, and he held extreme, strong anti-abortion views and also anti-LGBTQ. Now, how did he do it? They said Boatler was wearing a police mask and uniform and driving a black SUV with police tags when he pulled up to the Hoffman's house. He banged on their door, got in somehow, and just started shooting. After that, he drove to the Hortman's home and killed both of them. He even tried to visit 2 more lawmakers that same night, including Kristen, and Ann Rest, but left when they weren't home or were protected. To be either Kristen or Ann, I can only imagine how that must feel to know that you were on a crazed man's hit list. Who's to say that, like, it's literally by happenstance that he chose the Hoffmans and the Hortmans first. Like, just literally up to chance that happened. Now, we obviously know this was not random. In his SUV, they found a whole stash, AK-47s, pistols, a hit list with 45 to 70 names, including a manifesto. He was targeting folks that were connected to abortion rights, LGBTQ support, and other progressive causes. He even texted someone before the shooting saying something like, "I might be dead soon," which shows that he was expecting to die. Now, Boatler is now facing state charges for 2 murders and 2 attempted murders. On the federal side, he's being charged with stalking, discharging a firearm during that stalking. Prosecutors say the death penalty is on the table, and his next court date is June 27th. As of right now, authorities are still trying to figure out if he was acting alone or if he had help. Right now, though, they believe he was a lone wolf, but they're digging through his manifesto and notebooks to make sure. The fact that he had a detailed plan and surveillance info shows this was months in the making. Now, let's get into some of the reactions from some of our leaders.
We're here today because an unspeakable tragedy has unfolded in Minnesota. My good friend and colleague, Speaker Melissa Hortman, and her husband Mark were shot and killed early this morning in what appears to be a politically motivated assassination. Our state lost a great leader, and I lost the dearest of friends. Speaker Hortman was someone who served the people of Minnesota with grace, compassion, humor, and a sense of service. This was an act of targeted political violence. Peaceful discourse is the foundation of our democracy. We don't settle our differences with violence or at gunpoint. In the state of Minnesota, and as recently as last week, in the most closely divided state legislature in the country, we sat down, we worked things out, we debated, we shook hands and compromised, and we served the state of Minnesota together. We proved that it's possible, even in these politically charged times, to find compromise and adhere to the principles of democracy and civil discourse. We must all, Minnesota and across the country, stand against all forms of political violence. At this precipice moment we're on, this tragic act here in Minnesota should serve as a reminder to all of us. The democracy and the debates in the halls of Congress, in state houses, in school boards, is a way to settle our differences peacefully and move society to a better place.
So that was Tim Walz displaying what leadership should actually look like when we are faced with such tragedy, when people feel like violence should be used as a way to settle their political differences. Let me show you what it looks like when we have leaders that don't know how to lead.
Mike Lee of Utah, obviously facing strong criticism for his social media posts about the Minnesota shooting suspect. Yesterday, Lee posted a picture of the suspect at the door of one of the lawmakers with the caption, "This is what happens when Marxists don't get their way." It is a pinned tweet at the top of his page. 25 minutes later, the senator posted another picture of the suspected shooter with the caption, "Nightmare on Wall Street," mocking, of course, the situation with the name of the Minnesota governor. Whether those posts came hours before Lee.
That is the type of leadership that the people of Utah have to deal with. I hope that, unlike this gentleman that decided to go and end the lives of these politicians, I hope Utah does the exact opposite and vote him out. Utah, is this who you want representing you? The bodies weren't even cold yet, and he's sending out tweets like that. And not only sending the tweets out, he pinned the tweet. Just disgusting. Disgusting. A disgusting human being. I truly hope and pray for the children of those politicians. I hope the other two people that were wounded are, have a very speedy recovery. We have to find a way to turn down the temperature, turn down the temperature in this country. America isn't new to this. We're extremely true to this. Political assassinations aren't anything new when it comes to America. I think we've come to the place where we believe that, it's 2025. Those things don't happen. There were 2 attempts on President Trump's life. And now we are here with this. I try to be very careful with my commentary when I get on camera and do these videos, because you never know who can be radicalized or just by anything that you say. I have no words. But anywho, guys, I hope you like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Have a better day, and just be safe out there. Peace.